there everyone, thanks to my new subscribers and to my old subscribers. Tonight I'm going to do how does he or she feel about you? Pick a card. You choose a number, 1 or 2, and the timestamps are in the description box below. I really get the feeling from this deck that there's going to be a new beginning for you both, because there's been some healing that's happened. I feel this person has really genuine feelings towards you actually. It feels like you're in a spiritual space, a very loving space. You just want to stay true to this person. I feel your person has a lot of energy about them, so it gives me the impression that they're a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius in particular, perhaps Aries, because I feel that their heart is happy. Everything about them feels joyful, and I feel that this person has grown in devotion to you. It seems to me like they had a problem with their ability to control their temper, and I feel this person has worked through those issues. I feel that you have been your lovely self and your loving self, and you've just been focused, very self-focused. And I feel that you have healed from this connection, but you also still feel the spark. I get the strong impression that your person was in some difficulty when you met in the past, but they've managed to work through those difficulties. And I really feel the balance that they've maintained from knowing you. I feel this person has reflected on their attitude in some respect from knowing you. It feels to me like this person wants to be a better person for you, because they're looking upon you both with a clarity of thought. I feel that your feelings on it is that you're separated and you're really trying to dull those emotions, but it's difficult. It's like you try to move on from this person, and then you think about the connection and the devotion that you both showed each other, and then you heal your heart over the situation and you fall back into liking this person. I feel there is potential into the future for you both to create something together, like on a spiritual plane and on a physical plane. Gives me a strong soulmate connection feeling from these cards. But I feel that he's at a good stage, at a very good, in a very good state of mind, because he's gone through his phase of healing. And he's looked within himself and he's turned this relationship over in his mind. He's turned his behavior over in his mind. And he's working on the balance, the fine balance, so that he doesn't hurt you, because I feel that he looks upon you as quite an ethereal being, but he knows that there's something in him which can be hurtful toward in a relationship or towards another person. So this person I feel this person's getting closer to you in terms of an emotional connection, because you have been separated. It could be that you're separated again into the future, but you seem to work through that time of confusion so that you can just focus on the love between one another, the happiness, the devotion. I feel what draws this person back to you is the fact that you make them feel really happy inside. And this person doesn't understand why you like them so much, because I feel that something inside this person is hurt and it causes a rage in them sometimes. But it's like this person met you and all of a sudden they understood life again. They understood healing. They understood their spiritual task. And when they understood their spiritual task, they seemed to quite suddenly be able to control those aspects of their personality that were difficult in a relationship. So I feel this person wants to offer you their eternal love and protection. And they're really, really focused. They have a tunnel vision for you both. It's like a very sharp focus on you both. I feel this person still has some way to go at resolving some conflict in their life. But it's like they can see clear now. They couldn't see clearly before. I get the impression that this person has been hurt repeatedly by women. It's like you're the person, the most loving being that this person couldn't find before. That's why I feel this person's very excited about you. Because finding that connectedness was terribly hard for them. And I feel they must have acted out in some respect, either on a soul plane or on a physical plane. They've fallen back into their old habits, but then they've thought better of it, because quite suddenly they decided that you weren't the enemy. Their attitude was the enemy, or is the enemy. So there is a depression in this person, or a darkness from their past, but they're getting back on their feet and they're working through those issues. It shows me very clearly that you are the angel in their life, and they're going to work very, very hard to bring this thing back together, to stick it back together. Because this person is at a stage of realization, and they've done their healing work, and I feel it's just a matter for them now to approach you to move this thing forward. Okay. Okay, so that was deck 1. If this reading resonated, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My website is a PayPal service and my Fiverr account has a few more options for readings if you'd like to take a look. This is deck 2. How does he or she feel about you? So I get the impression from these cards that you've had a separation in the past with this person and it has really hurt you because you've been quite depressed. It was a time of darkness, but it also opened your potential to life as well, despite the darkness that descended. Because I feel that you are quite an intelligent person, but you're an emotional person. So I get the impression here that you had to get a lot of downtime just to be able to focus on yourself again, because I feel that you understood that this connection was quite intense. It seems to me it could be a twin flame relationship. It seems to me that you always love this person, and I feel that you will always be the star in this person's existence and somebody that makes them feel overjoyed when they're feeling a little bit isolated or insular. But I feel this person has had to recover from maybe a breakup or a divorce, if not from you, and it's taken some time for them to find their focus. So I really feel that into the future, this person's going to really think about your connection together, how happy you made them feel, and they're going to follow a path back to you, because it really shows me in these cards that there could be a reconciliation once they move through this difficult phase, because it was quite a difficult time for your person. I get the impression, very difficult, because into the future there's a lot of love and devotion and healing for you both, and you will really feel very happy together in whatever situation you find yourselves, because I feel not only have you been feeling a bit down about this separation, but so has he. But there's a difference in your problems. It's like you have a cleaner past and your person has a darker past. So their feeling towards you is that you bring them a great amount of understanding, and they really admire that. But not only that, they have been feeling very isolated, and I feel that they need to move out of that space of isolation and that concentrated space that they were in, that very protective space, because they did have some difficulties that they were working through in the past. And I feel because of these difficulties, they've had to get a lot of alone time, and they keep you there as inspiration. Like you are very much an inspirational person to them. Somebody very wise, somebody very knowledgeable. Somebody not only who has intelligent things to say to them, or thought-provoking things to say to them, but somebody who they recognize as being a true love. You know, like I really get the impression here that the emotions are quite intense on their side and on your side, but it's like they need to find their way back to you after a difficult time. They can't quite see into the future for you both. You can see the potential much better than this person can, and the reason I feel that this person can't see the potential love future is because they have a different focus, and it's very self-focused. It's like they need to open their eyes and see the light, and then they can start focusing on the love again. Because it really shows me in these cards that you're like two peas in a pod. You want to be together forever on some plane. That's what it says very clearly. You recognized in one another that you were essentially the same type of person. And of course, you know, your other half is very difficult to find. So he's just meditating on that and trying to really focus. I feel you're there in his mind. It's because he thinks about you almost continuously. It's something he thinks about constantly. It's just that he can't see next steps because of his strife. You know, it's like he's wound himself up into a ball and he's got to unwind himself so that he can follow the light back to you, or follow the star back to you. That's what it says very clearly. Into the future, it shows a lot of promise. It shows that whatever circumstance he was in, he will be liberated from that. The other difficulty in this is that into the future, it could be a third party situation, and the reason for that is because you've been apart, basically. That's why I feel he can't look ahead. It's like there is all this potential here to be together. But there's such a slow energy in these cards. Like there's a lot of effort to be made before you can get there. So that's why it's showing the third party situation into the future, because it's the energy between you is so slow. It shows a reconciliation, but it's a very plodding reconciliation. It's like filled with experience before you get there. And I feel you know what I'm talking about. But the future is very loving, very bright for you both. It's just going to be a little bit difficult with this slow moving energy, because I feel like you have a very loving future, even though you're apart. And he really has to open his eyes to the possibilities between you, because if he doesn't do that, his future is unknown. That's what this setup says to me. Your future is known. Your future is very bright, very loving, potentially independent. His future is unknown because he needs to open his eyes to the potential between you. And if he doesn't do that, it essentially says that he's life in the future becomes a blank canvas without you. And of course, blank canvases can turn out well, or they can, turn out not so good. So, and it also shows the emptiness in his life without you if he doesn't wake up to himself. So I feel that you have to expect the unexpected because of all the difficulties and the slowness of this energy, but it is a very loving energy and there is the potential for reconciliation into the future. I just can't guarantee that it's going to be quick because this whole deck is filled with experiences that you have to go through independently. Okay, so that was deck 2. If this reading resonated, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My website is a PayPal service. You can either send me the funds with a message or I can invoice you if you send me an email. My Fiverr account has a few more options for readings, but you have to use your Google details to log in. See you next time.